Hey, good morning, everyone. Buongiorno, buenos dias. Chef Martin with you from To the Nude Life. Welcome to my podcast. If this is your first time, pull up a chair. We'll be here a little bit, all right? Hey, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all. I'm humbled. I have gone to Libsyn is now my new platform. So if you want to hear me, you're going to have to go to tothenudelife.libsyn.com, and I spell LIBSYN.com. So it's tothenudelife.libsyn.com. I've migrated over from Anchor and to Libsyn. Anchor's awesome, don't get me wrong. Met awesome people there. It's just, it's a great platform for beginners and novice. And I'm to the stage now that I'm walking and I need just a little bit more room. So I went with Libsyn. All right. Topic of conversation today, I'm going to be talking about nudism from a woman's point of view. Before I get started, I did talk to several nudist females. I do know some. Got their reactions, how it was their first time going, and if they went alone or if they were accompanied, and just basic questions across the board. I also read on some articles, so I will every now and then throw in my little 2 cents of what Chef Martin thought or has seen. But yeah, I tried my best to use word for word. That's what I'm going to try to do. All right, this week, still waiting on my To The Nude Life coins. I've got my aprons and t-shirts. Y'all need to go get them. They're on tothenudelife.com. You'll see them there. If you want to be sponsored on my podcast, just drop me a message. We can work something out. I charge by the second, 30-second, 60-second, and then 90-second ads. My new webpage, I talked to the designers yesterday because the webpage I have now is sort of taped together. I jacked it up, so they're building me a new one. But I talked to them tomorrow. The viewing is Thursday. I'm excited. I want to see it bad. I know it's going to be awesome. HostGator does some awesome work. Again, the migration has gone well. Everything's come across. Still working. I'm working Libsyn to still learn. All right. Other than that, man, it's been a good week. It's already Wednesday. So we're getting there, and the mornings are cooling off. Went for a run this morning, 5:15 this morning. It was what? It's 7:15 now. Awesome morning. It's a good way to start your day. I'll put it like that. I've had my little 1 cup of coffee. I'll have another one. Excuse me, in a little bit. All right, let's get to this topic of conversation. Nudism from a woman's point of view. Speaking with these women, what I found was they all were pressured from young to be this female, be pretty, walk proper, just to have the female traits. So that's a lot of pressure going into a nudist camp. So we as males and we as old-timer nudists need to remember that. I know the women do. It's we the males need to remember or think about that other side, that they're put under a lot of pressure. They're put under a lot of pressure to be sex objects, I know the nudist community, we promote, the message of body acceptance, and we're totally against the objectification of of the body itself, of the woman body. And at every opportunity, we go for the body acceptance. We accept ourselves. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. Some of the myths, when I was speaking with these women, they came up with some myths. And I was reading a book by Matthew McDermott, How to Take Your Clothes Off. He just published it out. And some of the same myths they were talking to me were in that book. And I was sitting there nodding my head going, wow, this dude's pretty cool. He's on it. Some of the myths that these women, before they went to the nude camps, it's not nude colony. It's not a nudist colony. That's an outdated term. All right. It's a nudist community, a nudist campground, nudist resort. Nudism, simple concept, the preference for not wearing clothes, period. All right. But some of the myths that they had grown up with or listened or heard were that all nudists are beautiful. I can tell you right now, not all are beautiful. That is totally wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to see some Ken and Barbies here and there, and, some sexy people and some beautiful people. You're going to see some here and there, all right? But not 100% all are beautiful. Let's just get that out of the way. That's a myth. Another myth that they were told was that everybody's old. It's sort of like a retirement community. No, it depends where you're going. The older members that I met were because they've been nudists for 40, 50 years. And they just come out every weekend. A nudist to me is someone that takes their clothes off. Whether you do it at home, you do it in your own closet for 15, 30 minutes, you do it on the weekend. To me, a nudist is someone who feels comfortable being nude, who likes it, who enjoys it. So that to me is a nudist. So that's another myth. I've been to some where the average age was 25. I've been to some average age is 62. So it just depends where you're going. Another myth was that nudism is sex. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'll get into the etiquette later on. But you'll find out once you go to these nudist camps, everyone follows proper etiquette. It's the new timers that have to be watch and observe and watch the old timers and see what they do. Now, not all of them are do as I say. Some of them still have bad habits. All right, some of us still do. But 95%, oh man, they're awesome people. Awesome people. So those were some of the myths that were discussed to me. And then I started asking them about why don't they go? What held them back? And the main reason was body shaming, self-body shaming. Well, me being a man, because I can only talk as a man, because I'm a man. I asked why. What did they see in themselves? What was wrong? Some of the things that came up were like bloating. I never even thought of that. Apparently when women bloat, it's everything looks strained. Boobs, breastfeeding boobs. Some were hanging, some are curved, some are uneven, some are small, some are large. And because of breastfeeding, nipples are different colors. And these, again, it's just body shame, self-body shaming. I'm going to tell you now, when you go to one of these nudist camps, everybody's nude. So it's not like they're going to be looking at you. They may say hi, and just look, and then that's it. Okay. Another one was that the women came up with were thick thighs and then a belly bulge. Two of them brought up when they were young, they were people that were nudists were called, females were called sluts. And you'll hear that word when you go to a topless, if you see a woman topless or when she's topless in public. The older generation still uses that word. It's a word we need to get away from. Another one was stretch marks, age, scars. Big one was, what about if I run into someone? Well, I'm going to be honest, what are they doing there? That was one of their biggest worries was that. What if they run into someone? And then another one was, what if they see a guy with a heart on, with an erection? Well, this is where I can tell from a man's point of view. Being a nudist, it's going to happen. That's just natural. That's just part of your body. If it happens, we know that's why we always carry a towel. As a nudist, you always carry a towel. Towel is part of you. So you take your towel and you sling it. If you're walking, just sling it over your shoulder to cover yourself. Or if you're sitting down, cover yourself with the towel or part of the towel, or get in the water. If you're laying down, just roll over till it goes away. It's a human thing. It's a human trait. It will happen. Not as often as you think. I know when I went, that was one of my worries. Nope, within 5 minutes, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. But it is something that does happen. Another one that they brought up was what if they're on a menstrual cycle? Nudists are human. We all understand the body. That's why you'll see some women wearing shorts or swimwear bottoms for that reason. Some use tampons. It just depends on you. Another big one that kept them from going were that men were going to be hitting on them. This is a nudist place. Respect is number one. Respect. If a man, if you're a woman and you're listening to me and you want to go to one of these camps, if a man hits on you, say no. Just say no. That's all you got to say. And if you don't like the way that you're being looked at or being approached or being harassed, that's harassment. Go to someone in the management. Tell them how you're feeling. They will escort them off that property. They will either escort them. I know damn sure they're going to talk to them. That's going to happen within 2 minutes of you saying something. Somebody's going to go talk to them. And then they will either be escorted or they're going to get their shit together. One of the two. That doesn't play well in the nudist locations. Now, there are locations that I went to where that is acceptable. And that one felt sort of a little weird to me because you saw guys walking around with erections. You saw women hitting on them. It just depends where you're going. So do your research before you decide on going to a nudist resort or nudist campground. Call ahead. Do your research. Find out what type it is. Okay? All right. So those were some of the things that were holding them back. It was false body shaming, self-body shaming. When they did finally make the go time, to me, that's courage. That's pure courage. If you're a female, after talking to these females, that's courage to take the leap. And it's a leap of faith. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. And what we need to do as old timers and nudists, that we're there, living there. Some of us are full timers. I was a full timer before I deployed. We need to make the newcomers feel safe. That's the word. We need to make them feel comfortable to where they're safe. They feel safe. And if they feel safe, everything's going to be all right. We need to get away, men. We need to get away from the terms of using hey sweetie or hey babe, to these new females. I know that we men believe that we're helping them out, trying to encourage them, giving them confidence. What I found out speaking to these women, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Do not use terms like that. All it takes is one time, one uncomfortable encounter, and that's going to ruin it. It ruins it. They may or they may not be back. And if you're that type that's constantly on them, well, we know you're here, you're new, you look great. I can't believe if it's a couple, I can't believe she's with you. What's another one? I can't believe you're still single. Those are, maybe we think that we old timers, men, we think that we're building their confidence. No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. We're scaring them away. We're not making them feel safe. That's the priority. Make them feel safe. It's their first time. They're vulnerable. They're naked. They're nude around others. Just make them feel safe. That's the priority. Another way we can help them, through our correcting our language, correcting our body language. That's another one. Don't be sitting there all spread eagled, showing your junk. When you're talking to her, you lift one leg up on a chair. Watch your body language when you're talking to these curious new first timers. Let me put it like that. You want them to come back. This is a great life. It's a great life. You want to share it with everyone. But not everyone is going to fit into it. And that's fine. That's fine. Those that do, we need to make them feel safe. Another thing that I did not see anywhere is warnings. I saw warnings, no glass by the pool, but nowhere did I see any warnings about harassment, different guidelines or different rules. They tell you the rules at the beginning when you're signing in, and it's in small print. It may be in small print, but but nowhere on the property have I seen any warnings like that. All right, so that's something else we could do. Also understand nudist etiquette. There is nudist etiquette. For the old timers, some of us follow it. Some of us have forgot it. Some of us know it so well that it's just ingrained in us. Some of the nudist etiquette: don't stare. Don't comment on someone's body. Keep sex out of a conversation. Be polite. Always use a towel. All right. Those are just the basic etiquettes of nudism. All right. Nudism, again, simple concept. Preference for not wearing clothes. That's all. That's all it is. One or two asked that when she showed up, she didn't know what to bring. Well, what to bring? Let me break that down. If you're in South Georgia, you better bring some bug spray. You need to bring a towel, sunscreen, because some of your body parts haven't seen the sun in years. So bring some sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, some reading material because you're going to be relaxing. Bring a bag to carry all your items in. For me, I take extra water and I take some snacks. I'm a big boy. I love to eat. I'm a chef. I get hungry. All right. So I take snacks. Yeah. So those are just some of the quick things that I went over with them. And some of them are still going. Some are just weekend. I had one that said she would never return. She had a creepy guy that was all over her, and she caught him in the bushes staring at her. You know, don't be that dude. Don't be him. You know, and it ruined it for her. The last thing, the advantages of being nude. What I was told is no bra. Something about wearing a bra. I've never worn one, but I was told no bra. It awakened their senses. You can feel the wind, the air, the sun. You can feel the breeze. You can feel drops of rain all over your body. When you're swimming nude, you feel the water go all through you. It's an awakening. One lady I saw in an article, let me get her name right, Miss Daly, she said, not trying to fit your body into a space it doesn't want to go. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Another advantage, it's not sexual. Again, know your etiquette. At these nudist places, depends where you're going. At some of these nudist places, no touching is allowed. Touching to them is sexual in nature. Another advantage, it frees yourself from artificial coverings. You know, you have nothing on. You're here. Here I am, world. This is for me. Just being in the moment, living life. That's what I felt like with my first time. Just living life. You know, bottom line, a nudist is a nudist because we like being nude. We enjoy it. It's a way of life. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all go on. Y'all have a great rest of the week. Have a great day. This has been cool. I learned a lot. All right, y'all take care of each other. This is Chef Martin. Adios.